This is a great image of a respectable, classy, beautiful woman.
For you to point out this well-dressed sister here to make me feel some type of way about myself becomes a problem.
Man, let me get you. Let me get you.
Reason I have never said I do is because I don't.
I've been married, and I couldn't sign up for bad sex.
Test drive.
So if we enter a relationship with anything that's about me, then I don't believe that we're ready.
Yes! You are watching Single on a Saturday Night right here at TGI Fridays, 4000 City Ave. It's the new and improved TGI Fridays because Tim is in the charge. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know if you want me to announce that, but I did. My bad. Anyway, yes, Tim is in charge. Yes. So anyway, this is Single on a Saturday Night. I'm Shelly Williams, single, never been married, and yeah, I have no kids, and yeah, it's just that. It is what it is. I'm not sure how I feel about it. Some days I want a kid, some days I don't, but right now I don't have one. And the holidays, they get so lonely sometimes. I'm like, I want a kid. Can I have one? How about you? We'll start with you.
No kids over here.
Introduce yourself. Come on.
I'm Suzanne Christine, singer-songwriter from Philly, and I'm single. Been single with no kids.
No kids.
I go by the name of Rockstar P. I do a show. I used to do a show called Urban Expressions.
Yeah.
I now run a site called allflamers.com, which is nominated for a Philly Hip Hop Awards this year. Yeah. The same award that Single on a Saturday Night is nominated for. Yeah, clap it up for that. Yeah, thank you. And make sure you go to TNR Wireless. That's located on 7225 Rising Sun Avenue for all your wireless needs, cell phones, and all of that good stuff.
That's right.
I ain't gonna keep talking. Here you go.
But that's right, drop it, because I'm proud of you. Do your thing.
Davina, also known as Diamond Girl. I usually do promotions for the DMV. Now just converted over to travel. So if you're looking for international travel, something different, hit me up. My biggest trip is coming up in May.
All right, good. I'm Dave Scott. Special shout out to my Harcum people here in the house.
Harcum,
Professor
woo!
over at Harcum College.
Yes.
A father of 2 girls. Give you insight from the man that's 40 and above.
Hey. Yes, tell your age. Go on.
That's right, I'm good.
Good.
Be proud.
Hey guys, my name is Dedan Tolbert. I'm an author, a counselor, a talk show host, and father of 2 kids. I'm actually married. We just celebrated 6 years.
Oh wow!
Yes,
Congratulations!
Thank you. So, yeah, it's just a blessing to be here.
And I'm Dr. Dave, owner of Diamonds in the Rough Consulting, and known as the Soulmate Specialist. And relationship status is the same. I'm single but unavailable.
Unavailable, single but unavailable.
Still unavailable.
Okay.
That soulmate
I
path.
understand
That soulmate path.
Still on the path.
Still on the path. I am Danielle Patterson. I am single. I've never married. I don't have any kids. I'm actually too busy living life in the fabulous lane. I'm out here. I'm dating. I'm doing my damn thing, and still waiting to see if we're gonna find a man that's ready and willing and able to handle all of this right here.
Yes. Well, today we are getting into the juicy topic. It is part 2. I know you were watching last week. Now you want to hear why we're talking about men cheat, women experiment, and we're getting all types of different comments on it, but to me it's all matter of perspective, whether it's your education. Either way, I don't care whether you got a degree and you're a doctor, lawyer, doctor, you still can cheat. You still be cheated on. It don't matter who you are, what you look like, how beautiful you are, how big your ass is. Either way, you can still get cheated on. It just can happen. It just happens. So we go ahead and introduce who we have today.
We have author Natasha Warner. Natasha, give us some love. Give us some love for Natasha Warner. She is the author of the book that we had part 2 of, Men Cheat, Women Experiment. Tasha, can you give us a little more insight on the purpose, why you wrote the book, what inspired you, those things like that?
So let me just clear up the topic. You know, men cheat, women experiment. Doesn't mean all men cheat. Doesn't mean women experiment. But the part in which I'll explain in terms of the women cheat, there are several characters in the book, and one of the characters is she's a wife. She's been cheated on several times. Her husband has no rhyme or reason as to why he cheats. He just does it because he does. He can. And I did some research years ago in terms of why I wrote this book, and I met a guy who had serial women. He had a wife, full-timer, part-timer, and he said, and I asked him very candidly, why do you cheat? And he said, because I can. And so I wrote the book based on that kind of mindset, and then the experiment part comes in with the wife when she finally basically takes back her power and decides to experiment on her own. And that's the whole whodunit. It's a whole whodunit kind of thing. It's a very intricate story in terms of twists and turns of all these things going on.
Women do have all the power. Like, it was a conversation. Women, y'all do have the power.
Really
y'all
do.
determine.
We really do.
Hold up.
We
Think
really
about
do.
this.
We just don't realize
Y'all determine if sex is going to happen in the relationship.
Oh, shit.
Do y'all determine that? Y'all determine if it's going to go down. You don't think they determine that? You going to tell me that a man can walk in? Women determine if there's going to be sex in the relationship.
Really?
Now, we got a little bit more power if there's going to be a long-term relationship.
I disagree with that one too.
If I had the power, I wouldn't be single right now. What? Come on, what is
You
that?
do got the power.
If I had the power, no, wait, Shelly.
I said sex.
Shelly.
Oh, just not.
No, Shelly.
It goes down.
You know, I sat here and I listened to this, and I listened to you on the phone and I talked to you in person. And now you want to sit here and lament this relationship. And I'm gonna just remind you that very last month you told us the man was boring you to tears. You didn't want to be bothered with him. You didn't know why you was talking to him, but God told you that if you just hung on, He was going to give you the answer. So I'm here to tell you that God gave you the answer. He said, "You ain't the one." God came to me and told me that I'm not happy and I'm making you miserable, because clearly this man, the show didn't even air yet, and he know that he boring and that he ain't got nothing to do. So I'm gonna just say, I'm sitting here listening to it, and I know this TV and y'all being entertained, but out there in America, don't get it twisted. Sister girl is living a fabulous life, and all this is just for your entertainment, so she can pretend like I am so down the dump.
I am so hurt. Just because you made the people maybe bored, sometimes you don't know what you got till you're gone. Sometimes you miss a few things, and I do miss them.
Do you miss it because you're lonely, because you're tired of him sitting there wearing out the hole on your
Do you
sofa?
miss him or do you miss the perks?
I miss him, of course. I miss him.
Because you can't get caught up in the perks. All the wine and the dining, all the gifts, all the attention, all the love. Be careful. Do you miss the perks or do you really miss him?
I miss him
Shelly.
because there wasn't a whole lot of perks.
I'm gonna tell you what you miss, Shelly. You miss not necessarily him, not necessarily the relationship, but the companionship.
There you go. Thank you. I miss the companionship. I miss having someone to worry about or think about, or somebody who, what? Oh, I don't like animals. I don't like animals. I don't like cats. I just don't. No. You can keep them all. So, but that's it. All I'm saying. But I still don't think that women have the power. It really all comes down.
They absolutely do.
Sex,
They absolutely do.
The men ask you to marry them.
when sex happens, Shelly,
Men control when matrimony happens. That's what men control. But women control the pace of the relationship. And what I mean by that is they absolutely control sex unless rape is occurring, right?
Yep.
Unless something like that is going down, women do control sex, period.
When it happens.
Unless a man takes it, women control it, period, right?
Yeah.
But other than that, women also control when I was talking about levels, women control men's developmental levels. And you know why men aren't developing? Because they don't have to. Dudes can get women. There's so many women out here that if they're not getting it from one, they will get it from someone else. So just like in Chirac, the whole when women put it on lock to get men to stop being violent, right? Women controlled that situation. Dude, I'm still boggled by how it worked, but it worked. Like the dudes actually started to decrease their murders because women were putting the cookie on lock. So that means women can control a lot more than what they are doing. One, they're not unifying to do so. And there's not enough women that are at a high enough level themselves to demand that men develop higher themselves. And so until that happens, the complaints really shouldn't be happening until one decides or a group decides that they're going to change how they do things.
And we have no fear. Like as men, as we get older, A lot of women I talk to worrying about weight, worrying about their look, their appearance. God says, I don't care how big my belly get, how far my hairline goes back, there's going to be some woman that's going to want me. We don't have that fear of being alone. We'll take it like I don't want to live alone, but we know we got so many options that we're not as fearful. Women are fearful of being alone, worrying about getting older, worrying about getting heavier, worrying about all these things about us, and we don't think about the same stuff. There's guys who can sit a beer right on their belly, hairline way back here, ain't worried at all, saying, somebody's going to want me because I work, I got my own place, and I got a vehicle. They not worried about it.
So it's a basic dude, and there's some chick that's willing to take a basic dude.
That's right, a basic dude.
And that's the truth.
You're right.
So you saying a basic female can't?
That's too basic. Too basic for me. Like I think somebody mentioned here, stimulation. Because like you said, Dave, I have all of that on my own. If he can't stimulate me mentally or intellectually, he will never, ever be able to matrimony me.
All right, on that note, we're going to go to a break. This is Single on a Saturday Night. Thank you to Howard Gilliam Jr. of New Video Productions. He has the Special Day to My Special Day TV on Philly Cam every Thursday at 1 o'clock. And you can go to his website, New Video Productions, and check it out. And of course, alvinastyles.com. And she has the bling. I'm blinging, I got little studs. And of course,
you gotta always thank Doc Smitty from Groove Boy Entertainment.
Yes.
Keeps us styling and profiling all the beautiful pictures on our website.
Yes, because he is going to take the pictures afterwards. So let's go to a break and we're going to come back and find out who has the power. I got the power.
DJ Move.
Hi, my name is Tim Hampton, manager at TGI Fridays on City Line Avenue. We're going to build a great salad today with Sakina Salim, our culinary supervisor.
Hold that for me. We have 6 ounces of romaine lettuce. Build it real quick. Goes in the center of the plate with height. Then we take our crumbled blue cheese, 1/4 of a cup, sprinkle it in the middle. Grape tomatoes, same thing, 1/4 of a cup. We have 1 egg, which will be split in half. Then we have 2 pieces of bacon, which we slice. Then our avocado, 1/4 cup of avocado. 1 piece of grilled chicken, sliced in 6 pieces. Then we have our most famous dressing. Everybody recommends the balsamic dressing, vinaigrette. And then we have a 1/4 cup of balsamic glaze, which we usually drizzle on top.
There you have it, our Cobb salad, 4,000 City Line TGI Fridays.
We're here, Single on Saturday Night, 4,000 City Ave. The discussion that's going on between the men and the women in here has to do with men cheating, women experimenting, where we are on levels of relationship. We're here with Natasha Warner giving us insight
and
on
he
her
said, because
book.
we fat, we can't get nobody. That's what
Nobody
he
said that. So you know what? You hunting it up. It's the worry or concern. Just like we talk about the difference between nagging a man and supporting a man. Women got figured out the difference of that. Make sure you remember that. There's a difference between nagging, like, why do you do that? When you going to go? Are you going to
I'm
school?
not a nagger.
There's a difference between nagging and supporting.
I'm not a nagger.
All right. Or encouraging. Right. So, but
I don't know. I'm not a nagger. You got somebody behind you has their hand up.
Hello again. So, I have a question about what you just said, Dr. Soulmate. What you were saying, I forgot. You said a lot.
Dr. Soulmate.
All of it appreciated. What you were saying about men not developing because they don't have to, and women have to bound together and kind of get them to want to upgrade. So I guess my thing is, if men have the capacity to grow and develop without us having that push, why not do it without, like, why do you need us all to do that? Why can't men come together and motivate themselves to say, you know what, why don't we be better for our communities? Why don't we be better because this is some bull? Like, the way we treat our women, the way we treat each other is some bull. Like, why does it take us to make you do, especially when the impossible, like what you said about Chirac, like, that was a movie. Obviously it can happen in the movies, but if it takes all of us to decide, okay, now you must, then what is, I don't want to say it like this because it sounds disrespectful, but it's like, what is your worth? Like, what is your worth if you have to wait for us to do what you should be doing? Because we don't wait for y'all when we need to grow. Well, most of us. We're not waiting on somebody to say, well, you need to do this and do that. We know, we see what the need is in the community. We know without us, there is no community. And so we do what we need to do to grow.
Exactly. Go ahead, new school. Go ahead.
Yeah, the thing is, and it was mentioned last show, systemic issues, right? So this stuff, I don't want to dwell on slavery, but really that is where it comes from, right? And it all perpetuates from there. But the problem is, I know this isn't politically correct. I got to find a better thing, but I call it the fat kid example, right? And excuse the lack of political correctness, right? But here's what it is. Someone who, like the kid who was fed the wrong food all their life, right? When they become an adult, right? Yes, they had a bad start because their parents were in charge of what they ate when they were children, right? However, from the time they were about 16 to 18 on, it was their choice. So although they continued to eat what they were taught how to eat, it was still their choice and they could have changed it. So a lot of times, adults, we tend to do what is in our background when it is in our power to change it all, right? And we don't choose to do the right thing and make a choice that will change for our lives or for our futures. But that's our fault. We can't keep blaming our parents even though it's true that they gave us a bad start.
Right.
So that's true for all issues in the community. When it comes to relationships, when it comes to slavery, yes, slavery and the man and all that is where it started, but we are perpetuating it now. We could be changing this around. Absolutely. So that's why men are not the heads that they should be. Plus, in terms of what was mentioned earlier, a lot of women, because of all of this stuff that has happened, do not respect or look for men to be the heads. So when you're not looking for men to be heads, and women have taken, because they have had to, have taken that place in the community, well then when you have some men who are developed, who are able and willing to take their rightful place, women aren't willing to let that spot. Now there's a competition for a spot that should have never been a competition for.
I just real quick, I just wanted to acknowledge though, while you're talking about systematic things, I think the thing that's always frustrated me, and so where folks take it from here is where they take it, is we assume that all that stuff only affected men. And it's like we never ever talk about how women have been able to overcome, and as a group we work past all of that, and then we still get told y'all need to do this for us, and that doesn't seem fair.
Because that's where the power comes in at. Y'all the ones that has the power. Y'all the boss. We're like the star player on the NBA team. We the one that got to go in the gym, score all the baskets, and do all the work. But y'all the owner. If it wasn't for y'all, we won't have a gym to play in. Y'all the one that paid all the bills, signed all the checks. Y'all the one that run the household, basically. A lot of the relationships that I know about, the women normally run the household. And it's not really about a raising thing and a supporting thing. Sometimes it's a molding thing. Sometimes you might meet a man and you're cool with that guy and you like him and the physical and everything is cool, but you want them to have more. But that man might be content with what he has. Like, I'm cool with my car and my house and I'm good. But you might want him to have a nicer car and a bigger house. And that's where the pool comes in at. So it's not really just why we gotta tell you to do this and do that, because that's what you want. I probably have what I want, so this is what you want, so this is where the problems come in.
What about this? When a woman is not developed, right? The woman might have been the fat kid growing up and was eating the bad food, and the woman isn't developed, but there's not the men. A lot of men aren't the ones that trying to help a woman. She ain't got it. They're not trying to help you. If you don't have the money and you don't have the status, you don't have it. Where's the man that's trying to bring a woman up? It's always the women trying to bring the men up. But what about the men try to bring the woman up? Because I know, being an entrepreneur, I've been with people who was like, your money is inconsistent. I don't think I could be with you because your money is inconsistent. They didn't want to help me and hold me down. They wanted to leave and go with somebody who had a full-time job because my money was inconsistent. So who was supporting me? Who was bringing me up? Who was trying to help me? So we got to bring these dudes up.
Exactly.
We got to help them out. But who's going to bring us up? Nobody was there to have my back.
We keep going back to the word support.
Nobody was there to have my back except for my mother. Thank you, Jesus.
But where's the word building at? Nobody wants to build.
Together.
But before that, I think we're talking about a lot of financial things, but I think that in terms of for me, I'm just going by me. My husband has helped develop me in so many ways to mature. I was talking to Don. I used to be all over the place. He's helped to calm me down, helped to let me see things in a different light. before I go flying off the handle, he's like, hold on, think about this side of things. So although we're talking about, who's there to support me and uplift me, the job is one thing, but who I am as my character, he is definitely. I think a lot of us don't listen to what men have to say. There's a lot of things that have been said in here, but I don't think we think.
You know what the man told me? Go get a job.
But it's not even. I think that when we really listen, not just to our mates who we're sleeping with, etc. I'm talking about our brothers, our fathers. When we listen to men and what they're really saying to help us as women mature, then I think those floodgates will open. But then now to Tracy, you talk about who's there. I think also going back systemically, look at where you work. Look at the schools you attend. You see a lot of sisters there. You don't see too many brothers going to work in the morning. You don't see a lot of brothers so we have been able to get those things that we've gotten because the doors have opened for us a little bit more. We're not as intimidating as men. Where those doors have been shut out for our brothers, they've opened up for us. That's just what I've seen in my walk of life.
And women need to identify. A lot of time y'all get together and talk to y'all girlfriends about men. Some of those conversations has to be limited, and please include men in those conversations. A man that's going to tell you the truth about men and about yourself. Those the conversations you need to have. All the time, my girlfriends got together. We in this club. We in that club. Identify a man who is not attracted to you.
Hold on.
I talk to you all the time.
Attracted to you.
But
I can tell you the
How
truth
come they didn't clap?
about you.
I'm very curious why there weren't any claps.
But hold on.
Nobody.
Because he just dropped some.
I'm telling you something
No.
clear.
The reason I'm gonna tell you the reason I didn't clap is because most of my friends are men. That tell me the truth. So I'm not the one that's gonna be like, yeah, go find a dude. I had a problem with my dude, and you were sitting right there, and I came and talked to you about it honestly and openly about what was going on. I'm not the one that's only listening to the amen quarter. As a matter of fact, one of my biggest issues is that I do try to weigh all of my options and really try to be fair and be empathetic to both sides. What I find is I don't get it back.
9 years happily married, and I tell you this is what my husband taught me from day one. Keep people out of your proverbial bedroom. I'm gonna talk to somebody about him, I'm gonna talk to him. I don't talk to my girlfriends. I have line sisters who I'm thick as thieves with. They don't know what's going on in my house, in my relationship, in my marriage. That's between he and I to figure out. My mother and I, close, this, that, and the third. I don't tell her things because that's not for everybody to know. What we gotta work out is what we have to work out. If anything I need to grow, he needs to tell me what he wants to see me, not what Dave or Dr. Dave thinks. He needs to tell me how I need to grow as his wife.
It's two things we have to look at. For women, that's good. For women, coming from, I do men and women in transition in my community and at my church. It's two things we have to look at. One, the environment of the men. Like there's a men's group. You don't know how many men weren't raised with the fathers to teach them how to lead, to teach them how to pray over their families, to teach them how to get up and be a man and do what he need to do to lead the household. So women, we need to be a little bit tentative. Like she said in the beginning, just to the ear, not to raise a man, not to raise a boy, but be tentative to what he might need for that ambition to come out. The same way we need someone to instill in us. Second, for the ladies, we have to recognize, no, we don't carry a man, but build him up. I'm all about building. What do you have and what do I have? And let's see how we can merge that together and walk. It's not always about finances. I might be good in the business and the finance, but he might have all the money to bring it down to make it happen. Make sure you match who you are with so you won't be equally yoked. Like somebody else mentioned, you can't be here and there and everywhere. You have to make sure you have to be with somebody who has that equally mindset, or you'll be arguing and the relationship will never work.
Then let's get real deep and real serious. As men, we have hurt a lot of women. Let's be real. We have hurt a lot of women. We do not want you to make another man serve our sentence. I'll raise my hand and say I've hurt women. Not hurt them in the sense of doing a whole bunch of extra stuff that I did not give them the true commitment that they needed. I was afraid of giving all of me to them. Treated them good, do the whining, the dining, talking to them, encourage them and all that. But what a woman wanted was an investment, not a guy just to mess with. And I saw myself more of messing with people and not being on that evenly yoked page. That nowadays women, you got to come to the table saying, I'm at a place in my life, either you saying I'm out to have fun or I'm dating for a purpose. Identify that early. And that way, if that man is approaching you, and you put that on the table, I'm dating for a purpose. If he's having fun, please eliminate him immediately.
That way
Tell
there
a
is no
man what you want
miscommunication.
immediately, ladies. Like David said, we do have the power. If you tell a man what you want, I don't care how much you like him. If he comes short into anything that you don't want, let him go. Because you'll be better off and there'll be somebody else to come along to give you what you need.
I'm hearing a lot of language that can be dangerous. I'm hearing a lot of words like power. I'm hearing words like control. We're talking about relationships. That's very dangerous. From a counseling standpoint, many of the problems that I see is it becomes a power struggle, control issues. These are not words that should be associated with healthy, positive relationships. It's not a power struggle. I don't need to control my wife. My wife doesn't have the power over me. I don't have power over her. We are 50-50. We are partners. It's not a control issue.
But as women, we have to have self-worth.
I agree that, but the thing is, here's the interesting thing.
Self-worth.
When addressing these issues, the sad thing is the reason why I said women have the power is because it is a power issue and power struggle. You're right. They shouldn't be there. They shouldn't be. You're absolutely right. But the reality is they are. And they are because it has been told to us from divide and conquer. It is a systemic issue. It has been told and taught to us that women need to fight for the position that is not theirs. And they have had to hold that position because of men who have not been stepping up. So because of that, all of that needs to turn around. So you're right. Although they should not be in relationship, the reason why I mentioned women have the power is so that women change their mind on what the power actually is.
And we have power over the men that don't want to.
That's true.
That don't want to, because if they don't want to, they don't have to, but
Right.
we don't have to date them either.
But the
We don't have to date
part
them.
of the issue also
We do not
is
have to date
we look
them.
at roles. I was upset, and I will always talk about it every year. I saw a card in the Rite Aid that says, "For Mom on Father's Day." You can only function from the mindset of a woman. You cannot be a mother and a father to a kid.
No.
As a woman.
I agree.
My daughter is here.
I agree.
I can plait her hair. I can get her dressed. I can talk to her about men. I have no idea what it's like to have a menstrual cycle. You got to talk to your mom, your sister, your grandmother. Sometimes when you are forced in them roles, because a lot of men has not been in that role, in that place to be a father, now you saying I'm the mother and the father. A quality man could come to you and be standing in front of your face, but the resistance are going to be so hard and so cruel that that man won't even give an opportunity. Because you've been in that role so long.
But you know what? I mean, I'm raised by a single mother, and my mother never said I am the father. She's never said she was the father, but I will buy her a car because to me, why not? Because she was there. She was there. She had to do everything. It's not that I'm saying she's the father. No, that's not a bad message. I'm not saying she's the father. I'm saying I acknowledge that there was no father there to pick up any piece.
Right.
I'm not saying she's the father, and she has never ever said she was the father. No, I've never. But my thing is, I'm acknowledging that there was no father there, and you had to do it all. You had to do it all.
As a
it doesn't
woman.
matter. But still, it doesn't matter when this day comes around and we're saying Happy Father's Day. There is no father
then
there.
you don't
The
say it.
father wasn't there.
But there's no
acknowledging
bad
her.
message.
I'm
There's no
acknowledging
mother's
her.
day
I agree with
No,
you.
I mean, you are a great father. That doesn't
But
take
it's a
from
bad
you, but it
message.
doesn't
But
take
there's no
from you.
Because now
Mother's
you're
Day
saying
for
that it is okay to do it by yourself.
It's not okay,
Sometimes-
but she had no choice because he wasn't around. She had no choice. He didn't pay
So should I get a Mother's Day card?
And there's nothing wrong with a single.
Should I get
You have a mother. You're
Should I get a Mother's
co-parenting.
Day
You're
card?
co-parenting.
Okay,
Should I?
wait. Let's bring it back. 'cause
You're
we-
Bad
co-parenting.
message.
You're
we done got into a whole
co-parenting.
argument. Let's
message.
bring it
Your
back.
children have a mother and a father. That's a fortunate thing for your children. I didn't have a father at all. He was not there. He didn't pay child support. He didn't come see me. Matter of fact, he said one day I'm coming to see you and never showed up ever again. But now I forgive him. I don't have any daddy issues. I have forgiven him because it's his loss, not mine. It's his loss that he didn't do it. He missed out on the greatest thing ever, me. So I forgive him 100%. But did it have some psychological issues? Yes, I had abandonment issues, but I've worked through them with God and with counseling. I've worked through them, but my mother is 100%. Matter of fact, it is her birthday today. Happy birthday, Mom.
Happy birthday,
It is
Mom.
her birthday today. My mom held me down, and not even that, even in my struggles, she still held me down. Even though I forgive him, I said to him, listen, I lost my job. I'm doing this entrepreneur thing. I'm like, I don't have money to get over the bridge. He said, oh, okay, well, I'll see you another time. Wow. You still can't step up, even though I forgive him. So you're trying to tell me I'm still gonna give my mom that card because you still, even though I forgive him, he still ain't stepped up to the plate. I don't care whether it's on Father's Day. I'll give her a card every day of the week saying she's the best.
I think she has the understanding of this is just something as I do just to give her that, but she to acknowledge it, that's it. But just the symbolism of it. But she understands that being I was a single parent, so I had 2 parents in my household, but I had to raise my girls. So I understand what my girls had to go through not having a father. There's some things as a mother that I can't teach that a father would teach. So everything that needs to be on a woman aspect, I gave them that. I had to find friends of mine who were real men to teach my girls, listen, the man opens the door for you, this is what they do. So the only thing that I could teach is how I wanted to be treated by a man is what I put on them. So they're lacking somewhere, I'm quite sure. But I think, because my kids are telling me, oh, I know you're not my dad, but happy Father's Day. It's like a running joke at this point.
It is, right? It's something. I had a grandfather.
It's not taken away from
It's not taken from any man. My grandfather was there. My grandfather raised all his kids.
It is important to make sure that what Dave is talking about, the mindset, right? Because the balanced perspective on it is, I do think that mothers should be honored who are stepping up and have to fill that role. But it's an intricate balance that has to be walked so that the mother does not basically.
Oh, wait, I have a question. How many people in here have been raised by a single parent? Please raise your hand. Raised by a single parent. And that's the freaking majority. That is the majority. Yes, big up to the men who take care of their kids. Vincent, you take care of your kids. You take care of your kids. But the majority of the people were raised by single mothers. Majority. And you raise sons, but it's not that it's taken from you.
And it's even harder when it's our males. It's hardest when our males are growing up with the woman raising them, and that's why us black women are feeling, why do we have to take care of the men or motivate them or stimulate them? It's because of the lack thereof.
And you know, we at the end of the show.
Not for all. Some.
We at the end of the show. It's a single on a Saturday night right here at TGI Fridays, 4000 and Hoodie Ave. Thank you to Howard Gilliam Jr., my video real talk to My Special Day TV every Thursday at 1 o'clock. And of course, AlvinaStyles.com for the jewelry. And also some Boom. So if you looking to get some freaky stuff, you can get that. And Rashina Stewart, and she's at Exquisite Hair Design. She has virgin Indian hair. And my hair is still going strong, and I don't even do what I'm supposed to do. I don't even go back and get my hair done like I'm supposed to. But there you go. It's the end of the show, and I like the way Howard's looking at me. I'm just going to get mad. I'm just keep on going. I'm just playing, Howard. It's over. I get it. It's over. Doc Smitty. Hi. Yeah. What? Yeah. Fridays. City Ave. It's Fridays.